Hey everyone, it's Mia with Happy Crystal. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. I haven't made a video in, almost 2 weeks now, so I thought it was time to make one because something happened this week, this past Monday, and I'm not too happy about it. Not at all. That one piece of Moldavite I had around my neck that my husband got me from Fire Mountain Beads and Gems, I lost it. I don't know where it is. I know for a fact all Monday I was at work, I had it on me because it's always sits inside my shirt and I'm always touching it and feeling everything. So I know I had it on me all day. And I had to be at work. My shift was 6 to 2:30 and I got off work and I had it on me when I got home. And I remember laying down on the couch around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I fell asleep, and my husband woke me up and told me so I can go to the bedroom and go to sleep. And I remember waking up the next morning, and I was getting in the shower, and I didn't have it on. And I was like, okay, well, it fell off. It's in the bed. It has to be in the bed. It wasn't. I shook out all the pillows. In fact, I took the pillows out of the pillowcases. I shook everything out. I shook all the blankets. I took the sheets off the bed. I looked behind the bed. I looked under the mattress. I looked between the mattress and the bed, the nightstand. I had a couple dirty shirts on the floor. I hadn't taken downstairs the laundry yet. I shook those out, looked in there. I looked under the bed. I looked everywhere. I looked in my purse. I have looked in my shoes. I even thought, well, maybe it dropped because it sits in my shirt. Maybe it dropped and it's like fell in my bra. And I was like, normally you'd feel that. I didn't feel it, but let me check. No, nothing. It didn't. There was nothing. I looked at my husband's truck. I've looked everywhere. I've looked at my purse. I looked at work where I keep my purse. I looked everywhere there. I looked in the office at my work where I'm always in. I can't find it anywhere. I even looked at I looked all over the floor everywhere thinking maybe I got kicked under a table or something. I looked under the couch. I looked everywhere. I could not find it. I still can't find it. Not even a hint of it. And now I have heard that Moldavite will just disappear on someone. And it has honestly just disappeared on me. And I'm just, I don't know where it's at. I mean, it really bumps me out. It really bumps me out. But that was a bit of a bad thing that happened. It's depressing. But on top of that, from one depressing thing happened, yes, the depressing thing happened, but on top of that, a good thing happened. And I got myself, you won't be able to see him because I just got him last night. A friend of mine at work, a school girl I worked with, she was moving and she had 2 pet rats she couldn't take with her. She asked me if I could take them, and I was, of course, yes, I would love to. And they're in this cage. She gave me, she didn't want any money for them. I offered it. She gave me all their supplies, their toys, their food, their treats, the whole cage, which is a very nice cage. I mean, it's nice for ferrets. It's a big cage. And it's got 3 stories on it. They're both females. Their names, she named them Yin and Yang. I changed them when my husband came with the names Priya and Prius. And the name Priya was from, what is the name of that show? The Big Bang Theory. Rajesh's sister. Her name is Priya, and that's such a pretty name. It's Priya. So we're like, I want 2 really pretty names, but both start with the same letter. So my husband's like, how about Priya and Prius? So I have a gray one and a white one. The gray rat, her name is Priya, and the white rat is Prius. You can't see them now. They're still a little. I just got them yesterday afternoon, so they're still a little getting used to their surroundings and everything. So I've been working with them and come in here and just trying to pet them and let them smell me, get used to my scent, and giving them treats. I put some dried apples in there last night, and they didn't really touch it. But I took like a baby carrot and I broke it in half, and they have been eating that. So they won't eat it when I'm around, but when I leave, they eat it, because when I come back in, there's like pieces of carrot all over the bottom, like on the blanket down at the bottom, and it's all chewed. So I know they're eating that, and they're drinking their water. I can tell they're drinking their water. So I'm glad to see that they're not so stressed where they're not eating and they're not drinking. But I'm really excited I have them. I love rats. To me, rats aren't disgusting. I love animals. I've grown up with so many different animals. We had a pet skunk. I had a pet baby goat. I called her Goatling, as a kid. We had groundhogs. My mom had a rescue squirrel that fell from a tree. And the squirrel, which she named Mary Jane, loved my mom only. Let's see, we had a pet skunk. We've had hedgehogs. Of course, we've had hedgehogs. The hedgehogs were like the pet of the 90s. And I've had pet rats. My brother used to have a pet rat. He named her Roberta. And she was, I want to go long. I can't, but she was just giant. She was this big rat, and she was just the coolest rat ever. She lived for a long time. Rats don't have that long of a lifespan, but I remember Roberta, she lived for 5 years. So she was the only rat that I've ever had as a pet that has lived that long. All my other rats have lived 2 or 3 years, at the max 3 years. And like I had 2 rats, Max and Rex, both separate times. Let's see, Rex lived about almost 3 years. I think he was like 2 months away shy of being 3 years. And then Max, the other one I had died on my sister's birthday, October 25th, and he was exactly 2 years. And so that's as long as I've ever known rats to live. So this rat living about 5 years is just a long time. And she was just the coolest rat. So please don't knock having rats as pets, because they're really cool. They're very smart. They're very clean. They're very sociable animals. And these two in here, these 2 girls, are just the sweetest can be. Priya, the gray rat, when they get more established, of course, I'll bring them out and have them on my shoulder, because the girl that's had them before, she said that they've never really held them. And these rats are about a year old. They've never been held, really. And she said she always just kind of left them alone. And it's going to be a big shock to them, because I'm not the type of person to just leave an animal alone. I like to give them attention. I like to give them love. And my other rats, they were always on my shoulders. Anytime I was home, first thing I did was took off my shoes. I went in, got the rat, put him on my shoulder, and we just chilled for the rest of the night until I went to bed. And that's just the way it was. That's just the way I just always played with them, and always had lots of toys, which I did spend like an hour last night on the internet. I went to chewies.com and I ordered a bunch of stuff. I needed cat food too, so I ordered cat food, and I just ordered a bunch of just toys and treats, and another bag of food for them. And I bought them a couple of little huts and stuff, and I need cedar. So we've got all that, which is really cool, and I should be getting it tomorrow, so I'm excited. I'm excited for them. Hopefully they like it. And then I'm going to buy them some fresh veggies and a couple of fresh fruits tomorrow after work. But I'm really excited I got them. So yeah, I lost my one piece of Moldavite that I really, really I'm bummed about. At the same time, I got myself 2 new pets, and I'm very excited about having them too. So I guess it evens it out, everything evens out. But the whole week, our neighbor's dog is a pit bull, Cujo, and he's the coolest dog ever. And he's just walking by. I just love this dog. Absolutely love this dog. Okay, sorry. Back on the subject of Moldavite. But since I haven't been wearing my necklace, I have another necklace right here, but I haven't been wearing that one. Here's my other necklace right here. And I've got 2 Herkimer diamonds in the gold cage. And this one's very pretty, but since losing my other necklace, I'm really nervous about wearing this unless it's on special occasions. So there's that. But I do carry these 2 in my pocket all day long. And I'm always like just kind of checking my pockets, throughout the day, several times a day, just to make sure they're still in my pocket, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. Especially since I've had this one a lot longer than I had the necklace that I just lost. And I don't want to lose my Moldavite. This is like my favorite stone, space glass, whatever you want to call it. This is my favorite. And just losing it just breaks my heart. Sorry, you can hear my husband. He's playing on the computer with his friends. So I'm really I'm really nervous. That's why I'm always just like, I've got my hand on my pocket or my pocket just feeling them, or sometimes I'll just sit there and just play with them. But I'm so afraid I'm going to lose them, so I'm constantly checking. So if I ever do find the one piece of Moldavite that I lost, I will definitely make a video and say, I found it, and this is where I found it, and this is how long it's been missing. But, so, yeah, one depressing thing happened. I lost my Moldavite, but, you know, I got payback for it, I guess. You know, I got 2 awesome new rats, and I'm very excited about them. They don't stink at all. They don't smell. They're very clean. As long as you keep the cage clean and help to keep them clean, they don't smell at all. They're kind of like, my husband calls them, what he calls them, mini squirrels, I guess. I think that's what he says. Something squirrels. He calls them mini squirrels because they chatter their teeth. And Prius, the white one, she was chattering her teeth, and she's the real skittish one right now. She's like, they're both been hiding under these blankets. It just makes them feel safe. It's their blanket. They've always had it. So I don't want her to be scared. So I haven't really been messing with her too much. But Priya, the gray one, she's spunky. So every now and then she'll come out and she'll sniff, or she'll take a treat out of my hand, but then she'll go scurry right underneath the blanket again. So I'm really, really excited to have them. And I wanted to make a special mention, and I'm sorry I don't remember her name. In fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. I got YouTube up right here. Let's see if I can find it, because I want to make a special mention. And she gave me a compliment, and it was like, to me, it was like the best compliment I've kind of ever received, really. And I think this was it right here. Oh, it's from a person who is known as Cry for the Moon. Special mention for Cry for the Moon. They write, thanks for the video. Your eyes look like green Moldavites. P.S. That strand might be garnet. So I just want to say, for Cry for the Moon, thank you very much for the compliment. And I'm going to have to cut this video short because my phone's dying. So everyone have a great day. And I will see you guys next week. I'll make another video, I promise. And if I find my Moldavite before then, I'll come back and make another video before then. All right. Bye, everyone.